with our buddy Larry Blatt here, and he's going to tell us about his 67 Rogue that he bought brand new. Take it away.
Okay, this is a 1967 Rambler Rogue, Tudor hardtop, that I ordered new from a dealership called Gegnis Rambler in Philadelphia in February of 1967, and took delivery on it on March 31st, 1967. I've had it ever since. I bought it as a 2-year car, but circumstances as they were back then, I just decided to keep it. So here it is. It's equipped with the factory 343 V8 4-speed manual, which was mandatory with the 343 in the American. And when it was new, it had a 354 twin grip differential. I ordered it with power steering, power front disc brakes, and a whole host of other options, including the handling package, the tachometer on the dash, heavy-duty cooling and electrical systems, Firestone Redline wide oval tires that were not belted, and the vinyl roof, and the sport steering wheel and headrests, light package, and a few other things. Things I didn't order were bumper guards, air conditioning, a remote control mirror, and that was about it. So it's been repainted, thanks to Dave Keller, about 20 years ago. Original color. So and I drag raced it in pure stock when it was new, and then later on, many years later, I did some nostalgia drag racing with it, and it always ran in well, in the beginning it ran in the mid and high 15s, but tinkering with it and doing everything that was legal for the class, I got it to run high 14s at 97 miles an hour, which wasn't too bad, which made it competitive in the class, which it wasn't in the beginning. I also installed a Hearst Competition Plus shifter in it, which didn't make it any faster, just the shifting was much better than with the stock Ford shifter. And when I ran nostalgia races, I had changed the rear from a 354 to 315, and it still ran 14.8s and 15.0s, at 95, and that was pretty good for the old man here, driving it and doing granny shifting. So I was pretty happy with it. And in that kind of racing, anybody can win. When it's nostalgia racing, it's handicap racing, slow car gets the head start. Now that was usually me. So they had to play catch up, and sometimes they got me and sometimes they didn't. But I used to win a couple rounds here and there, and I never won a whole race, but one time I even won a little money, but it was always fun. So
that's an odd color. What do you call that?
That is called sun gold.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I think they call it sun gold metallic. And when I first saw the color swatch on it, it looked ugly. And I saw another car with it in the dealer's showroom, but it was a 4-door sedan with black wall tires and doggy dishes, and it looked ugly. And I went to another dealer just to look at cars, and they had the twin to this car on the showroom floor with a 290 in it. And as soon as I saw the car trimmed with this, the black interior and the black vinyl roof, I said, that's it, that's the color I want. And when I told the dealer, he said, you want that color? And I said, yeah, wait till you see. So when the car came in, he said, yeah, that does look nice. And I think it does too. I wish at one point I maybe should have got this painted black up here, which was an option, because it came in with bad paint, a little bit on the trunk, and scratches on the right rear quarter, which would have been painted black. And of course, when I never had the trunk fixed, but when they painted the quarter, of course it didn't match, which I knew it wasn't going to happen, because nothing matched in 67 except black. But now they match everything. This is the 343, and it's the original engine in here. This is not the stock air cleaner, this is aftermarket. It makes it breathe a little better. The other one is just a big black air cleaner. It's got power steering, power disc brakes, and all V8 Americans came standard with electric wipers. Don't ask me why, but they didn't make any V8 Americans 66 through 69 with vacuums. But you could buy a 390 AMX, and I've seen plenty of them with vacuum wipers. These work great, by the way. And this has a heavy-duty cooling system, which consists just of the fan shroud and the 7-blade flex fan. Say that 7 times. And that's it for $15. It does make it run cooler. And it has electric washers on it too, a little electric pump down here. So it's a pretty neat car. I've replaced some items, but
How many miles do you have on it since new?
now it's got about 128,000. So the engine was done at 86,000 with the help of the Kellers. And let's see, the transmission, well, it broke 2 second gear synchros when it was new, and they fixed it under warranty. They didn't care. And it was done about 10 years ago, and it works fine. And that's about it. It's got gas shocks on it all the way around, but the suspension was really, really tight when it was new. You could barely push it down.
Is it the original engine color?
It's close to it. It was, it's a bronze color, and the only time they used that color was in '67 and on the 343 only. So it's difficult to get the paint for it. So we use something right now that's like an Oldsmobile 400 bronze on it that I've been able to get. So it's close enough. We're not building a concourse car here.
You're not? How come?
No.
That's nice.
No. This is one of the original tires. It's a Firestone wide oval. It's a D7014. It is a non-belted tire. Is it nylon or rayon? See that? I don't even know. I think it's nylon, and it's D7014. Now they're reproducing these, and they're reproducing them with in a belted version, and the stripe is in here, as opposed to what I have as an original. It's out here, yeah. So, and what I have red lines on it. They're Diamondback radials. I don't want to drive this with these tires anymore.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. Roger.